we'll be going through the quiz on the inequalities. And I have a section on inequalities that I want to go over because I think there's some things that you still are not understanding. So we need to go over it again. And then we have the algebra sheet that I sent out. And hopefully we'll be able to get to that too. Okay, so let's first look at, I think we'll look at the quiz. Okay. Now, Vanessa, I don't know if you looked at this one. I sent it to you, the second one. It wasn't, necessary to do it, but you could have done it if you wanted to. Did you get this?
No, I didn't get to do anything, Miss Barbara.
Okay, so but did you get this quiz that I sent to you, Math Inequalities quiz number 2?
I think I saw you sent me.
Okay.
1 moment.
Does everyone see this Math Inequalities quiz number 2?
It's not on. It's not.
Oh, it's
up.
not. It's not
No.
there. Okay.
No.
All right. Let me go to share screen.
This was sent on the 8th. Yes.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see it now?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Yeah, that was the second quiz, which was optional. I mean, you didn't have to do it. Okay. Let's look at Math Inequalities quiz number 2. And notice I gave you the symbols for the greater than, the less than, the greater than or equal, less than or equal. When it's two things like greater than or equal, less than equal, you notice it has the equality sign plus the dash underneath. Okay. Now, let's try this one. Translate the word sentence into an inequality. 2 less than a number is more than 8. And 2 less means subtraction. So Vanessa, which answer you think is correct?
Let me see. Less
2 less than a number is more than 8.
2 less than a number.
Well, I have
Wait,
to work out my
Maureen, I'm talking to Vanessa.
Okay? I hear you, yeah.
Okay. No, I'm talking to Vanessa now. So
I heard you, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 2 less than a number is more than 8. Which one would you say is correct, Vanessa? 2 less than means subtracting. More than means greater than, right?
Yes.
So which would you say?
B.
You say B,
no,
but now
no,
that's a less than, right?
No.
Okay.
It's C.
That's right, Vanessa.
C.
Very good. It's C. Maureen, did you have that one?
Yeah, I had C. Yeah.
Okay, so you had C. That's good because 2 less than means 2 than a number. The number is X. So that's 2 subtracted from X. And you see the greater than right here. And that's greater than 8. So the answer is C. Okay. Now, I'm glad you caught your error there, Vanessa, when you said, oh, no, it's not the less than, it's the greater than. Okay. Maureen, read number 2.
Okay. MS Solanjo needs to have her car repaired, but does not want to spend more than $375 for the repair. The mechanic said that the part needed for the repair will cost $100, and the labor will cost an additional $40 per hour. Which quality below represent the greatest number of hours the mechanic can work without exceeding Mrs. San Diego budget?
Okay, so you have 2 cars here, right? And let me just put that down. Okay. Okay. Now you have two costs there, right, Maureen? You have a fixed cost and a variable cost. So what's the fixed cost, Maureen?
The fixed cost is $375,
No,
or the fixed cost is $40.
no,
$100?
yes, right, Vanessa? Because the variable is
Yes.
based on the hours, $40
Yes.
per
Yeah.
hour.
Additional.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so the fixed cost is $100. The variable cost is the $40 per hour.
Uh-huh.
And you don't want to spend, and this is key right here.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend more than that $375. All right. Now, Maureen, what would you say the answer is?
I say C.
You said C.
Yeah.
Vanessa, which one
Let
would
me,
you say?
let me see. She don't want to spend more than.
So if she doesn't want to spend more than, that means it's got to be less than or equal, right?
Yeah.
She does not, she does not want to spend more than, all right? So that means it's got to be less than or equal to 375, the sum of the variable plus the fixed cost. So which one would you say, Vanessa?
This is, will it be C?
Yeah, you're right. It would be C,
C.
because that's right, because it says
Yes.
she does not want to spend more.
Spend
That's her
more
budget,
than.
375.
Yes.
So that means it's got to be equal to 375 or less than.
Yes.
And that's the one, the fixed cost, $100 plus the variable, $40 an hour, where X is the number of hours, has to be less than or equal to 375. So your answer is C. Very good. Maureen, did you have that one correct?
No, they sent it to my. I had sent it to you, but you said me I didn't do them right. But then I did them over the same very evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, but I for sure
But
I had one right with C, but then I correct, and then it has two was D, but then I correct it and put C because I didn't do over the homework. Because you tell me they fix it properly.
yeah, because I know you missed some that I thought you
Yeah.
would have gotten. So I figured if you
Yeah.
look back over them, you'll probably find what
So
your
then
error was.
that's yeah. So I went back over this and let me read this again.
Okay. All right. So when you went back over it, you put C, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Vanessa, how do we solve this one? This inequality. How do we solve for B?
That was a little messed up. Yeah.
B.
What do we do first? Well, actually, it varies what you do first. What would you do first? Remember, you're looking for B, right? So what would you do first? What would be your first operation?
I don't know.
Add
Add what, Maureen?
the two B's together.
Yeah, you want to get all your B's together and you want to get your constants together. So how would you do that, Maureen? Let me just copy this inequality and you tell me what I should write.
I can't figure them out, Miss Barbara.
Okay, let me go from there.
Let Vanessa go from there.
Okay. Okay, Vanessa, what would you do?
Okay, since you have to bring your B's together or your same signs together.
Okay.
Okay, so you would have to add 11 and 11B and 14B.
How would you do that? Whatever you do, you got to do it to both sides. So what would you do?
Okay. So therefore, which one you use first? Because we have BB. How do we do this?
How do you get those B's together on the
Okay.
same side? How do you do that?
So what you do on one side, you do on the other side?
That's correct. So what would you do to both sides?
So use 11 first. So
Well,
you said, what do you do? You said 11B over, how do you do? Let's read this.
now the operation that you see here, Maureen, is what? What operation is this?
Addition. So you have
Addition.
to, so therefore you have to subtract.
That's right. So what would you subtract?
Oh, you subtract, oh, you subtract 11B.
Okay, so we can subtract 11B from both sides. Okay, subtract B. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take this and subtract 11B from both sides. So I'll copy this again and we'll subtract our 11B. Okay. So on the left side, we'd put minus 11B. And on the right side, we put minus 11B.
11B.
So what do I get on the left side, Vanessa?
Okay.
What's left right here if I subtract 11B from 11B?
0.
That's right. So what would I have left on the left? Well,
just 6.
Just 6, right. So that's correct. Very good. That would be 6, right? Then what do I have on the right side?
You have the sign, which is more than, equal, is it more than, equal to? That's how you say
yes, greater than or equal.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when I subtract 11B from the 14B, what do I get?
11, 12, 13, 14. 3B.
That's it. Very good. So this becomes 3B. So let's just put here 3B. And the 11B comes out because we subtracted it, right? Yeah. Now this is what we have left. Now, Maureen, what do I do next?
Okay.
See what we have here. We have 6 greater than or equal to 3B plus 3. So what do I do next?
You subtract?
Yes. What do I subtract, Maureen?
The 3B from the greater than 6?
No.
You subtract 3B from both sides?
No. You're trying to get those constants together. So what do? You're trying to get the 6 and the 3 together. So what do, Maureen? You said subtract. So I'm going to put here subtract, which is correct. But what do you subtract? What number is being added to 3B?
Let me see. You subtract 3 from each number?
That's right, because 3B is added to 3, right? So you're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So let's just do that. We're going to take minus 3 and we're going to, this would be 6 and minus 3. Okay, so we're subtracting 3 from both sides, right? Now, what do we get on the left side, Maureen? What's 6 minus 3?
3.
3, that's right. So we have 3, and what do we have left on the right side?
3. 1.
No. 3B plus 3 minus 3.
3B.
What's a plus 3 and a minus 3?
4.
No, Maureen, a plus 3 and a minus 3?
0.
0. Remember the plus minus of the same constant or variable or combination constant variable is always 0.
0.
So what do I have left on the right side? Just 3b, right? Right here.
Yes.
Okay. So I have left 3b. So let's just copy that here. Now, what do I do, Vanessa? What's my next step?
It's B we are finding for, right?
That's right. So what do I do? What operation?
Subtraction? No.
No. How is 3
No.
and b connected? What operation?
Multiplication.
That's right. What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
That's right. So what do I divide by?
So you divide by 3.
That's it. Very good. Divide by 3. So I divide by 3. Let's just take this inequality. Divide both sides by 3. So let's just do that. Okay. So we put a 3 underneath here, and we put a 3 underneath here. Okay. So this would be a 3. Also a 3. Okay. Now let's just bring that up a little closer so it's clearer. Okay. Now what do I get on the left side, Vanessa? What's 3 divided by 3?
1.
That's it. So I get 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Bring that. Okay. And what do I get on the right side?
1. 1b.
1b. Very good. 1b. So let's just put this, copy this, and make this a 1. So that's 1 greater than or equal to b. So this would just be b. 3 over 3 is 1, so that's 1b, and we can just write it as b. We don't have to put the 1. Okay. Now,
1, okay.
now, notice that that says 1 greater than or equal to b, but your choices were what? Was the b, correct?
Yes.
So
yes.
if 1 is greater than or less than b, what is b equal to?
1.
0.
No. Whenever you have an
Oh, it's
inequality,
less than.
no, you're right. You've got to reverse the symbol, the inequality symbol. So this becomes b less than or equal to 1. So let's just copy this. Okay. So this would be b. Okay. This would be 1. And the symbol would be less than. So let's just get our less than symbol. I think we had it up at the top. Okay. Well, we have one right
You
here.
gotta go back up.
Well,
Guys, step on 2.
well, we can
You gotta
get
go to
it.
3.
Well, we can get a less than here. Okay. Less than or equal. So when you switch the integers around, you switch the symbol. So this becomes less than or equal. Okay. Just remember that whenever you have something like this, where you have a value greater than or equal to another value, if you reverse the inequality symbol, then you switch the direction, switch the variables or numbers. So b is now less than or equal to 1. If 1 is greater than or equal to b, then b is less than or equal to 1. Just think of a number. 1 is greater than 0, right?
Yeah.
So 0 is less than or equal to 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So what answer is that?
You got to bring it down because we can't see answers.
Okay, I'll bring it down. So b less than or equal to 1. What is the answer?
B.
Which one?
It's,
What is
no, no.
Vanessa?
D.
B less than or equal to 1. What
It's D.
choice? What choice? What is the choice?
D.
Less than or equal.
Yeah,
D is in dog.
that's right. D is in dog. That's the answer because that's B less than or equal to 1. So let's put our answer. I just put it here. Answer D. Okay. Now this one we did it this way, but you could have done it differently. I mean, because with math, there's always more than one way. Like here, you subtracted 11b, right? You could have subtracted the 14b, and that would have been a minus over here, right? You would have
Yes.
gotten the same results.
Okay.
Okay, so even though you say subtract 11b, you could have subtracted 14b. This would have been a minus 3b on the left, right? Okay, so we did it this way, but like I say, there's more than one way. Like the 6 and the 3, and we subtracted 3 from both sides. You could have subtracted 6 from both sides.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they both work, and you can try it. Try it where you take instead of the 11b subtract the 14b, and instead of the 3 subtract the 6, and see if you come up with the same results. That's just something you can try yourself. Okay. Any questions on this problem? But I want you to remember now, when you switch the uh, the entity on the left side of the inequality with the one on the right side, you reverse the symbols. So just remember, reverse inequality symbol. That's key, because you're going to see that again. Reverse the inequality symbol. When you switch what's on the left side of the inequality with what's on the right side, then you reverse the inequality symbol. Okay, let's go. Any questions before we leave this?
No.
Okay. Maureen, I think you had a problem with that one, right?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to go back through it again. I want to make sure you understand it. Okay. Let's do this one. Vanessa,
Yes, Miss Rock.
okay. I want you to read this one. You don't have to read it out loud. You can read it silently if you want, and tell me which answer you think is correct.
Let me see. Sarah earns $12 per hour babysitting. She must earn a minimum of $81 next month to attend a concert. If H represents the number of hours Sarah babysits, write an inequality to describe this situation.
So you see, she's trying to make at least $81 to go to the concert, and she's earning this money from babysitting at $12 an hour, where the H represent the number of hours Sarah babysits.
Yes.
Now, Vanessa, which answer you think is correct for this inequality?
She must earn a minimum.
She must earn a minimum.
Minimum.
So that
Equal
means
to?
No, she must earn a minimum. So that means what she earned has to be greater than or equal to 81,
okay.
right?
So
because it says
so
minimum.
therefore, okay, so therefore, A and D is out.
Okay, you're right. So you've got between B and C. So which one?
So
And when it says a minimum, it didn't say she had to earn 81. It said a minimum of
Minimum.
81.
So it's B?
That's it. Very good. Answer B. Very good. You figured that one
Mm-hmm.
out. Because when it said she must earn a minimum, so she's got to earn
Minimum.
81 or more dollars for the concert. Okay. So it says
Yes.
minimum of 81. That means it could be an equal, right? When you say minimum of 81, greater than 81 means she's got to have
Yes.
$82 or more than 80, 82 or more dollars greater than 81. But it says a
Yes.
minimum. That means she can earn 81 or more than 81. That's why you have a greater than or
Yes.
equal. Very good. You okay with that, Maureen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Maureen. Let's look at number 5, Maureen. What would you
Okay.
say the answer for that one? Read
Which
it and tell me the answer.
which inequality could represent the statement you must be at least 21 years old to be elected mayor of this town?
Now, remember, at least is the same as back up here, right? Minimum of, that's the same thing. So that means at least means is translated to greater than or equal. So what would you say the answer, Maureen,
Okay.
for number 5?
With least, you must be at least. So that means if you got to do it there. So it would be A.
That's it. Very good. How come you didn't get it on your problem when you sent it in, Maureen?
But because I do the more I do more of the answers.
Okay.
Yeah. So I figure
Okay.
out I was reading them wrong all the time.
Okay. So now you're
Yeah.
reading them right. That's good. Must be at least
Yeah.
21. Remember that translates to greater than or
Well,
equal.
yeah.
At least translates to greater than or equal. And A is the only one that says the mayor's age must be greater than or equal to 21. Okay. Very good. All right. Let's look at number 6.
Yeah.
Now, number 6, I'm asking you the first 2 steps. Now, we just solved an inequality at the top, right?
Uh-huh.
And we know what we did. Let's go back up to the top. Now, here are you to pick out the 2 steps. Now, we actually solved one. I think it's, let's see, the first one. Let's see. Okay. When we solved this, right? We know what we did. And I said, we could have done it differently, right? Now, this one, the one that you're looking at is same kind of problem, except I'm asking you what could be the first 2 steps that you do. Okay. So let's go back to number 6. Vanessa, you tell me the first 2 steps that you could do to solve this. Which one of these would be could be the first 2 steps? That's why I say what could be, because there's more than one way to do it. So you're looking at this inequality and you have to do 2 steps to try to get your x's together and your constants together. So which of these choices match what could be the first 2 steps? Vanessa, you're on mute.
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Yes,
Okay.
number 6. What could be the first 2 steps to solve this inequality?
Let me see then subtract.
Now remember now, you could eliminate answers if you look at your operations, both
Yes.
of these are subtracting, right?
Yes.
What's the opposite of subtracting, Vanessa?
Addition.
That's right. So anything that doesn't say add, you can eliminate.
Yeah.
That's how you can make your work easier, right? So
Okay.
which two can you eliminate, Vanessa?
B and C.
That's it. B and C, because B says subtract, C says divide. These are subtractions. 3x minus 5, 3 minus x. So that means the opposite is addition. So now you're between A and D. So
Okay.
which one would you say, Vanessa?
Let's see. Add 5 to both sides. Then add X to both sides now. A add 5 to both sides and subtract X from both. I will try A.
A has a subtract in it. Remember we said we have to have
Yes.
adds, right? Because
Oh, so therefore it's D.
that's it, Vanessa, because there is a subtraction on the X, there's a subtraction on the 5. So they
Oh,
both have to be adds, right?
add.
Add
Yeah.
5 to both sides, add X to both sides. Maureen, what did you have?
When I first do it, I had D, but then I changed it to C.
Why did you change it to C?
I don't know. I just figure yeah.
Well, that's good. No, this you're not gonna do this until you get the addition cleared away,
Uh,
right? When you have the multiplication, then you do the division. But that's gonna come later once you
uh,
combine the 5 and the 3 and the 3x and the x,
uh,
right?
uh,
And it's not gonna be a 3 because once you combine the x's, you will have what? If you add the x, you're gonna have 4x. So
uh,
it's not going to be a 3. But like I said, you can eliminate answers by looking at what's going on in the inequality. And it's a subtraction.
Yes.
So the opposite is addition. So you know you'll have to add. All right. So anything that doesn't say add, you can eliminate. So Vanessa eliminated B and C. But notice, Vanessa, when you said A has a subtraction in it. So that still makes that not an answer, right? They
Yes.
both have to be adds because they both are subtractions, right?
Okay. Yes.
The minus 5, the minus x. Any questions on number 6?
no.
Okay.
No.
And I gave you an extra credit one, number 7. Okay. All right. Let's just take this and follow your PEMDAS and tell me what do you get first?
Okay, you do PEMDAS.
Yeah, so
Parentheses first.
that's right. So what do you get? What's 2y? 2 times y plus 6. What does that give you?
Okay, you get 2y
Oh,
plus.
that's right. You get 2y plus what?
Plus 12.
That's it. Plus 12. And let's just copy our inequality and 3y.
Yes.
Okay, then what do you get next, Vanessa?
What do you say? You put the signs no. Oh, 2y, you add 2y and 3y,
Well,
right?
2y is added here. So you wouldn't add if you were going to do anything with 2y, it would have to be a subtraction because it's an add here. 2y plus 12 is an addition. So what would you do next?
So we subtract it now.
Yes, so what would you subtract?
So you subtract 2y from both sides.
Yes, okay, subtract 2y from both
Both sides.
sides. Okay, so let's just do that. Okay. Okay. So we subtract 2y from both sides. So let's do this. Okay, minus 2y on the left and minus 2y on the right. Okay, so we subtracted the 2y from both sides. All right. Now, what do we get on the left side, Vanessa?
Yeah, but if you subtract
2y
2y,
plus 12 minus 2y. What do I get left
okay.
on the left side?
Okay, you get 0. You just get 12.
Yeah, that's right. 0 plus 12 is 12.
Yes, 12.
Now let's just copy this.
Mhm.
What's 3y minus 2y?
1y
Yeah, 1y
or just y.
or just y. You're right. 1y or just y. So we have y here on the right. Okay. Now, 12 less than or equal to y. Now, look at your choices. Now, remember what I said when you change the order of these, you're going to reverse the inequality. So what does this become?
So therefore, it's 12. 12, what is it? More than or equal to y. Is that?
Well,
That's what it is?
remember now, look, my choices are all
Or is
y on
y?
the left
Okay.
side. So what do I get then if I
So you
put
get
my,
y.
okay, y, and what do I get? What's the inequality symbol?
The inequality symbol is
It's the reverse of the
the
less
reverse.
than or
Yes,
equal.
it turn. So turn it. So it's more than
Greater than or equal,
or
right?
equal. Yes.
That's right. So it would be
A.
Which is
greater
a.
than or equal. Yes, and that's A. Yeah, that's
I
like
had
one.
that.
You had it, Maureen?
Yeah.
Very good. You got the extra credit. Okay. Greater than or equal to 12. And so our answer is answer A. Okay. So that was added to your if you got that one right, that increased your total because you got credit for that, for the ones you had right, plus the extra credit. So that can really raise your score. Any questions on the quiz? Now I have another inequality sheet I want to go over with you. Let me do a share screen. Okay, new screen. And I want to do a new, okay. Okay, solving, this is, we want to go through these just to review. I'm going to see how you do on these. Solving inequalities, we want to do adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and then we want to do a combination. Now, x minus 12 greater than or equal to 32. What would be the x? Maureen, what would be x?
I gotta figure it out.
It's unknown.
What are you gonna do to both sides of the equation? Of the I'm sorry, of the inequality?
You also find x.
X.
How do you solve for x? What do you do first?
Hmm.
Vanessa, you know, what do you do first?
Okay, because x is unknown, we're trying to find for x. So therefore you use by adding to both sides.
Yeah, what do you add? Right.
12.
That's it. Add 12 to
Both sides.
sides. And what do you get?
Okay, 12, because a minus 12 and a
Right. So you'll just get X on the left.
x.
What do you get on the
Yes.
right side?
32 and 10 is 42.
32 plus 12.
42 and 2, 44.
That's it. So X greater than or equal to 44.
44.
That's your answer.
Okay.
Got it? Maureen? Maureen? Maureen, you following? So you added 12 to both sides, and of course, minus 12 plus 12 is 0. And 12 plus 32 is 44. So X greater than or equal to 44. And what is 44 minus 12? 32, which is greater than or equal to 32.
Okay.
All right, so you can always check it. Maureen, what do I get for number 2?
Okay.
How do I solve for Y?
Gosh, damn it. 14 is greater than y minus 8.
Minus 14 greater than Y minus 8.
You put 8 to both sides?
Don't tell me put 8. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. Now this is adding. So what are you going to add, Maureen?
8 to both sides?
Yes, you're going to add. That's it. Very good. You're going to add 8 to both sides. All right. Now, when you add 8 and a minus 4, what do you get? I'll just copy this and you just tell me what you get.
8 and a minus 4?
Minus 14.
Oh. Is a plus?
What's a plus 8 and a minus 14?
Or plus 8?
You're adding 8 to both sides. So you got 8 plus a minus 14.
Okay.
Okay, so 8, and you don't have to, you can say 8 minus 14, and then you're adding a plus 8 over here. Okay, so what do you get on the left side?
22.
A plus 8 and a minus 14.
Oh, minus a 6. Minus,
plus or
minus, minus.
Okay, minus 6. And what do you get on the right side?
A 16.
What's a plus 8 and a minus 8?
A plus 8 and a minus 8. Is a minus 16?
0.
0.
Oh, this I got it from me. I add, sorry.
Okay, so this would be, let's put out Y back here. So you got a minus 6 greater than or equal to Y, because minus 8 and plus 8 goes to 0, right?
Mhm.
So minus 6 greater than or equal to Y. If you reverse this, it will be Y less than or
It'll be less than.
minus 8, right?
Yeah.
You can leave it like this, or you can write it like this. Okay, both would be correct. So you can write it like this. Let's just reverse our inequality. And that would be Y. And instead of greater than, it's going to be less than, right? Less than or equal. Let's see if I have a less than or equal. Okay. Here's a less than or equal.
Oh, boy, my neck is stiff here.
So we can say y less than, okay, the less than goes here, or equal to -6. So both answers, -6 greater than or equal to y, or y less than or equal to -6.
Mm, mm.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a value less than -6, Vanessa.
A value less than a -6.
Yes,
-2. No, that's bigger.
that's
A
right.
value less than -6.
Yes,
-7.
that's right. Because you remember from the number line, and let's just
Yeah,
review.
so that's what I try to imagine
Yeah,
the number line.
yeah, remember the number line. And if we draw our number line here, right? And we call this 0, all right? And we say 1 and 2. And over here, this is negative. So we say -1, -2, -3. Now, as we go from right to left, is it increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
No, decreasing.
Decrease. Oh.
This is
Mm-hmm.
decreasing.
Oh
So
yeah,
what
left or right, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. And that's what
Mhm.
Vanessa just said, that the -7 is less than the -6. Okay,
Yes.
so that's decreasing. And if you go the opposite direction, it's increasing.
Please.
So if you
Increasing.
had a -4,
Oh yeah.
let's go, okay. Just remember that. And that will help you in your inequalities to go back to your number line. Okay, -5, -6. And even though the absolute value is bigger, the number is smaller. So a -7 is smaller than a -6, -6 smaller than a -5, -2 larger than a -4. Okay. And then as you go from left to right, you're increasing because you're going from negative to 0 to positive. See, everything's positive at the right of the 0 and everything is negative at the left of the 0. So always picture that number line, and that will really help you on your inequalities.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to our sheet. Okay. Okay. So as I said, the y less than a -6, and I said a number less than a -6, and Vanessa said -7. That's right. Any number absolute value greater than 6 is going to be less than a -6. Okay.
Yes.
And that means the -6 is greater than or equal to y. Because it's greater than, say, a -7 or a -8. I'm sorry, it's greater than, it's not greater than a -7, but it's greater than what? What is a -6 greater than?
-6.
Well, it is greater than a -7. It's greater than a
Yes.
-8, just like we
8.
said here.
Yes.
Y less than a -6, that's a -7. The same way a -6 is greater than or equal to a -7. So it works both ways. We get the same answer, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that was addition. Now we're going to subtraction.
Fraction.
Okay. Now that means that the inequality has an addition in it. So, okay. Can someone solve this for me? Just tell me the answer. What is C equal to?
Let me see.
What
C.
would C be
C.
equal to? You tell me what.
Okay, because C is the unknown, so we're trying to find for C.
Right.
So
So
what we would do,
what was C? What would you do, Vanessa?
we use the opposite. So we
Right.
is 9.
So what would we do with the 9?
You minus 9 from both sides.
Okay. So what's 9 from 20?
9 from 20, is it 11?
That's it. So you got your answer. There you go. We subtracted the 9 out from the 20, and our answer is 11.
11.
So C less than or equal to 11.
Okay.
And what's 11 plus 9? If you substitute the C here, 11 plus 9 is 20.
20.
20 is less than or equal to 20. 20 is equal to 20.
Yes.
Okay. Maureen, what about number 2? What's the answer?
Okay, minus 2 is less than minus 16. Let's see.
Minus 2, less than X plus 16. What is X?
X is 0.
No.
X is unknown.
Well,
We want to solve this for X. So how would you
Yes.
solve it?
X is unknown.
So how would you solve this for X? What would you do?
Let's see.
This is subtracting.
Minus
It's a drop
So what would you do? What would you subtract?
16 from both sides.
Okay, subtract. Very good. 16 from both sides. Okay. Now, what would that give you on the left side?
14.
What's minus 16 and minus 2?
Oh, 18.
Minus 18. Because you're subtracting, right? So
Uh,
minus, and then if you subtract that out, you're just going to have X left, right?
mhm.
So let's just put that here. And that would be less than or equal to X. Minus 18 less than or equal to X. Because when you subtract the 16 from both sides, minus 16 and a minus 2 gives you a minus 18. And plus 16 minus 16 is 0. So you just have X left. Minus 18 less than or equal to X. Or you could write what? You could write X what?
Is greater than
Greater than or equal
was
to
18.
minus 18. That's right. So you put the greater than sign. Let's put the greater than. There we go. So that would be X greater than or equal to minus 18. So when we reverse the inequality, we switch sides. Okay, so now the X that was on the right is on the left. The minus 18 is on the left, now on the right, and we reverse the inequality. Either answer would be correct. Now, you usually, if it's a multiple choice, you select the one that matches the correct multiple choice. But here, it's not multiple choice. You can put either answer would be correct. Any questions? Okay, now that was subtracting. Now I have a word problem here. Maureen, can you see that? It's kind of small. Let me make it.
Sunday high temperatures of 52 Fahrenheit
Okay, you see it? Okay.
was at least
Okay, I make it a little.
Sunday high temperatures at 52 Fahrenheit was at least 20 Fahrenheit higher than Monday highest higher temperature.
Okay. What was Monday's high temperature?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you can break this down and say Sunday's high was 52,
Mhm.
at least 20, at least means greater than or equal, right? 20 degrees Fahrenheit higher, that's the 20. And Monday's high, we're calling T. Okay, so 52 was at least, 52 is greater than or equal to 20 plus T. 20 degrees higher than Monday temperature, which is T. How would we solve this for T, Vanessa? How would I solve this for T? Vanessa, you're on mute.
I'm sorry. Okay.
How would you solve this inequality for T?
Okay, the T is unknown. So what we do is what we do on one side, we do on the other side. So we would let me see, it was subtract, right?
That's it, because we're
You
still
subtract,
dealing with subtracting. So we subtract what?
yeah, you subtract 20 on both sides.
That's right. Very good. 20 from
Both sides.
both sides. Okay. So we subtract 20. What would that give us? We just copy this.
20 from both sides would leave you with just T.
That's it. So on the right side, we'd have what? 52 minus
Subtract from
20.
20, you'd leave
Okay.
with 32.
Okay, that's right. So let's just take the greater than, copy it here, and we just have T on the right side,
Yes.
and that would just be T. Okay, and you said that's 32, so this becomes 32 30. Okay, let's see, let's just copy that. And this would be 32, 52 from 32, like you said. I mean, 52 minus 20, or 20 from 52, just gives you 32. 32, take out the 20 because we subtracted. So now what is this telling you when it says 32 greater than or equal to T?
Hold on.
Temperature.
Let me see. T.
That's Monday's high temperature. So what
Uh,
we saying that 32 represent, Vanessa?
Let me see. 32. Sunday. Let me see. Sunday high temperature is 52. What was Monday? So 32 represent Monday high temperature. That's what it represents.
Well, 32 is Monday's high temperature. In other words, if 32 is greater than or equal to T, then T is less than or equal to 32, right?
Yes.
So that means the 32 is the highest temperature that it could be. The 32 represents its highest temperature on Monday. It can't exceed the 32, because when you reverse it, T is less than or equal to 32. So 32 is the highest it could be. Okay, so that's your answer. Okay. And then I have some other ones here I want you to solve. Just see if you can just give me the answer. What is X, Maureen?
X is 0 is with it.
What if X minus 9 less than or equal to 18? What is X? X less than or equal what? I'm just going to put the symbol here, and you tell me what the value of X is. I put the symbol here, okay, and I'll put X, and you tell me what goes on the right side. X less than or equal what?
Okay, you got to do that.
Maureen, X less than or equal what?
Minus 9.
No. Vanessa, you know what it is?
X equals
X not equal, X less than or equal
and
what?
X.
Vanessa, what do you do with the 9? Vanessa? Yeah. Oh, I don't hear you.
I'll leave
Vanessa,
and come back.
what did you
You're
do
not
with the
hearing me.
9?
I'll have to leave and come back.
Vanessa? Maureen, what do you do with the 9?
Yes, I dropped 9 from both sides.
No, no. Remember, if it's a subtraction, you add, Maureen.
Oh,
That's a subtraction.
oh
Opposite
yeah.
of subtraction is adding.
Oh,
So you're going to add the 9 to both sides. So
both
what's
sides.
9 plus 18?
9 plus 8 is 27.
So this would be 27. Got it?
Yeah.
Remember, you do the opposite. If it's subtraction, you're going to do adding. So you add 9 to both sides and you get 9 minus 9 plus 9, 0. So that just leaves you X on the left. And you add 18 plus 9 and you get 27.
Okay.
Got it?
So X is 27.
I want you to be able to look at these inequalities and determine what operation you do. Remember, it's the opposite. If it's a subtraction, you add. If it's an add, you subtract. If it's a multiplication, you divide. If it's a division, you multiply. All right? Now, Vanessa, what would be the answer to this one? Okay. I'm going to put, I'll put the
Y
Y
Y
here.
is the
I'll
unknown.
put the Y and I'll put the inequality. We're going to leave it with the inequality greater than or equal. So what would be the answer?
So therefore, you add.
That's it. You add.
7.
No, you add.
11.
Yes, because it's connected with the Y with the minus 11. So you
So
add 11. So what do you get on the right side?
you add 11 to both
What's a
sides.
plus 11 and a minus 7?
A plus 11.
And a minus 7 gives you what?
5. Positive 5.
7 from 11? 7 from 11.
4.
That's right, 4. Very
Positive
good.
4.
So Y greater than or equal to 4. And you can see that's correct because a plus 4 and a minus 11 gives you a minus 7, which is equal to minus 7.
Okay.
All right. Maureen.
Yeah.
What is P equal to? I'm going to leave this like this, greater than. Let's just put the inequality symbol.
So
And I'm going to put P right here and you tell me what the answer is. What is P?
P is equal to minus 3. No.
No.
Eh,
This is a minus, so you're going to add the 3 to both sides. So what do I get on the left side?
4.
I'm adding 3. It's a subtraction. Add 3 to both sides. What's 4 plus 3?
7.
7. So this is 7. 7 greater than or equal to P. And what is 7 minus 3? is 4, and 4 is greater than or equal to 4, right?
Okay.
Always check it. Remember, I say the opposite. This is a subtraction. That means if 3 is subtracted, you want to add 3. But to keep your inequality in balance, just like you do an equation, you add the 3 to both sides, and 3 plus 4 is 7. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Maureen. Do number 4. Tell me what n is equal to. I'll put the inequality here, greater than or equal. We're gonna leave the inequality. Let me just copy that. Okay. Now, and I'll put n, okay? N greater than or equal to what?
And
That's an add. That means you're gonna do a subtraction to both sides. So what goes on the right side?
the 5.
20, you're going to subtract the 5 from both sides.
Right.
What's 26 minus 5?
26 minus 5 is 21.
That's right. So this is going to be 21. And n greater than or equal to 21, 21 plus 5 is equal to 26. If it were greater, then it's going to be greater than 26. Okay. So we know that's correct. Remember, you do the opposite. This is an addition. You're going to do the subtraction. Subtraction of the 5 from both sides. 5 from 26, 21. Okay, let's try number 5. Vanessa, you're on mute.
Yes, Miss Mama.
Okay, so b plus 21 less than or equal to minus 3. So let's just put our inequality.
Mhm.
I'm just going to copy the inequality. Okay, let's put our b here.
Mhm.
Now, b is less than or equal to what, Vanessa? What's the answer?
Um,
Remember, it's an addition, so you're going to do the opposite.
Opposite.
So, which is a subtraction. So what goes on the right side? b less than or equal to what?
Um, less than.
What's the
You know,
answer,
you have
Vanessa?
both. One moment, both sides. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to subtract the 21 from both
Both
sides.
sides. Yes.
So what do we have on the right side?
We have 21 minus 3. Therefore,
Yeah, minus 21 and a minus 3. That gives you what, Vanessa?
it gives you a plus.
No. Minus,
No,
minus, add gives minus. Minus,
minus.
minus, multiplied gives you plus. So what's
So
a
you have.
minus 21 and a minus 3?
So therefore, you have a negative 24.
That's it. Very good. Excellent. So that's a minus 24. And if you put that minus 24 and plus 21, you get a minus 3. So you satisfy the less than or equal to minus 3. Follow?
Yes. Yes, Miss Butler.
So just remember, you do the opposite. If you adding, you're going to subtract. If you're subtracting, you're going to add. So you subtract the 21 from both sides. The 21 plus and the minus gives you 0. So you just have b left. Keep our same inequality symbol. Minus 21, minus 3, minus 24. Maureen, what's the answer to number 6?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put the,
Bring it up.
let me just put the inequality. We're going to leave it as the same inequality. So let me put that there. Okay. Now I'll just put the K, I'll leave that on the right side. It's on the right. Okay. So what do I do to this one? This is another addition. So what goes on the left, Maureen?
You subtract the 9 from both sides?
No, how's the K connected? On the right side, it's connected by adding a 12, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to subtract the 12 from both sides. So a plus 12 and a minus 12 give you 0. That's why I'm just left with K.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Now, a minus 12 and a plus 9 gives you what?
Minus 9. A minus and a plus is 9. 3.
Plus or minus?
Minus.
Minus. Very good. Minus. So on the left side, I have minus 3. Okay. And if you put the minus 3 here, 12 and a minus 3 gives you 9. So that satisfies 9 less than or equal to 9. Okay. Now, remember now, you've got to look at the operation. And if you do that, you'll know just what you need to do to both sides of an inequality. If it's a plus, we just did one with a plus. We just did one with a negative. Where was the negative? Okay, we just did this one with a negative, so we added a 3. That's how we got the 7, right? This one was another negative. We added 11, right? So we added 11 plus the minus 7. We got the plus 4. This one is a plus. So we're going to subtract the 5, right? And subtracting the 5 from the 21, from the 26, gave us the 21. So there's a method to how you do these, all right?
Uh-huh.
Now that was adding and subtracting. Now let's look at multiplication. Now, if it's a division, we'll multiply, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it says multiplying, that means it's a division. The opposite of division is multiplying. Now, if x over 11 less than 3, what is x equal to?
Okay. Fx and 3. Oh.
This should be, I'm sorry, this should be less than or equal. Not less than. Should be less than or equal 3. So let me, okay. X over 11 is less than or equal to 3. So, Maureen, what is X? Now let's just put less than or equal. I put the inequality symbol. Tell me what X is. What is X? I'm going to put X here on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now this is multiplying. So what will I multiply here?
3 by 11.
That's it. I multiply both sides by 11. And what's 11 times 3?
33.
33. That's your answer. You got it. Okay. So X is less than or equal to 33. And 33 divided by 11 is less than or equal to 3 because it's equal to 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a division, X over 11. Anytime you have a fraction, it's division, X divided by 11. So you're going to multiply by 11. Okay. So this one, multiply both sides by 11. Okay, that's how we got the 33. Okay. Let's go to number 2. Same thing, Maureen. We're going to put less than or equal. Let's put our symbol here. All right. And we're gonna put our R, a variable. Okay, so what do we do here, Maureen?
Okay.
This is multiplication because it's a division. So what do we multiply by?
By 8.
By what?
By the 8.
No, this is 4.8
Or
less
4.8.
than or equal to R
Oh,
over 6. So
oh, I see.
let me just
4.8.
copy this
Oh,
to the next. I copy this to the next screen. Okay. So there's my less than or equal, there's my R. So what do I multiply by?
by 6.
That's it. Very good. So multiply 6 by 4.8. Okay. So multiply both sides by 6. Okay. What's 6 times 4.8? Maureen, you have your calculator?
Okay. 4.8. 4.8 multiplied by 6 into 28.8.
Okay. So you got 28.8 less than or equal to R. And if you take 28.8 divided by 6, you get 4.8, which is less than or equal because it's equal. Okay. So if you're multiplying,
Hey, Papa, hold on a
yes,
minute. Somebody ain't doing.
okay.
Okay. Thank you, sorry. Help me. Right. No problem. But
Okay, Maureen, the next one is dividing, which means it's a multiplication. So the opposite is dividing, right?
number 2 was 28.8, right?
That was 28.8, right?
Yeah.
28.8 less than or equal to R. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is dividing. Now, dividing is the opposite of multiplication. So the multiplication is the 4 times X. So we're saying 4 times X is greater than 9. So how would we?
So you're dividing there? Miss
Yeah,
Barbara?
but this is a multiplication. So we do dividing to find the value of the inequality. So what would we divide by here?
You divide by 9.
No, the multiplication is the 4 times
Oh,
the X. So what would you divide by, Vanessa?
4.
That's right. Divide both sides
Both sides by 4.
by 4. Okay. Now let's just do that. Okay, divide both sides by 4. So let's just put the 4 as a divisor on the left and the right. And this is 5. Okay. Okay, so let's put the 4 underneath. 4. Okay. Now let's bring this a little closer. Okay. Now, what do I get on the left side?
Okay, on the left side,
Yeah, 4x divided by 4 gives you what, Vanessa?
just 1, so it remains X.
Yeah, just x, okay. And on the right side, we have 9 over 4, right? Actually, that should be a greater than or equal.
Greater or equal.
Greater than or equal, not let me get it. Okay, here's a greater than a, oh no, that's a less. Get a greater than or equal symbol. Here we go. This one here. So this would be greater than or equal, not just greater than, greater than.
Yeah.
Okay, so this should be greater than or equal. So let's just put that here. Take out that greater than. So X then would be greater than or equal to 9/4. Which you could actually convert it to a mixed number, or you could convert it to a fraction. So that would
Okay.
be
So
9.
therefore you said 4 and 4 is
9
8 and 1/4.
Yeah, you could
Okay.
use 9/4, or you could divide it out. 9 divided by 4 is what? 2 and a fourth.
2 and 1.
Yeah,
Fourth.
2, or you could say 2.25. So you can leave it as that, or you could say, let's just write it as a decimal.
Okay.
Either way would be correct. Okay, and let's just make this as 2.25, which is 2 and a fourth, like you said, Vanessa. Okay. All right. So 4 times 2.25 is greater than or equal. This should be a greater than or equal, not just greater than. So let me just put that here. Greater than or equal. 4x greater than or equal. And 4x, remember multiplication can be side by side. For 4x
Yeah.
means 4 times x. So the opposite of multiplication is dividing. So you divide by what is connected to the x, which is the 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I have another. Okay. Here's another division. What would be the answer to this one? I'll put the inequality symbol, and you tell me what goes here.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see. Maureen, what goes there? I'm gonna put the greater than equal, and I'll put the y. So what goes on the left, Maureen? What do you divide by?
12.
Minus 12. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's a minus 6 divided by minus 60 divided by minus 12?
You said a minus what?
Minus 60.
Oh,
Remember here you're dividing by, I'll just put what you're doing here. You're dividing
5.
both, that's right, 5. Divide both sides by
It's 5.
minus 12.
12, yeah.
Minus 12. And minus 60 divided by minus 12 just gives you 5. So there's your answer. 5 greater than or equal to y. And a minus 12 times 5 is a minus 60, which is greater than or equal to minus 60, which is 60. Questions? Okay. Vanessa, how would you solve this problem? It's a word problem. How would you set it up?
Okay. Let me see. It calls she
Because the Smiths,
Smith.
yes, Smiths.
Smith.
Don't worry about the name. Just
Smith. Okay.
oh, okay. Go ahead.
It cost Smith $517 to raise watermelons. How many watermelons must they sell at $5 a piece to make a profit?
Now, how would you set up the equality? What would your inequality symbol be? Now, I'll just say let watermelons equal W. Okay. So now we got a variable for our watermelon. So what would your inequality look like?
Let's see.
They want
Would
to
it be
make a
5?
profit. So, okay. So what would be 5 what?
$5.
5 times what? $5 a piece for the watermelon. So the watermelon is represented by W, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that would be what, Vanessa? 5 what?
It's a 5 what? I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not sure with the 5
okay, the
what.
well, the $5 a piece for the melons. We letting the watermelons be represented by W. So it's going to be
Mhm.
5W, 5 times the number of watermelons.
Okay.
And they want to raise $517. So what would be our inequality symbol?
Use watermelon. So therefore, it would have to be equal to. Is I think they say equal to or greater than something like
They
greater
want to make a profit. So they want to sell enough watermelons at $5 each to make a profit.
profit.
And the profit, it cost them 517 to raise the watermelons, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if they want to make a profit, they want to make what? Something that's greater than the 517. So
Yeah.
what would be my inequality symbol?
Greater than.
Yes, greater than. You're right. It will be greater than. So let's put our greater than. And what goes behind that?
517.
517. Okay. Now, how many watermelons must they sell? How would you solve this for W?
Cost. We don't know.
No, you can solve for W. I would
Yeah, we
just
can
solve
solve for
this.
W.
So what would you do?
Um, this is multiplication, so you do the opposite.
That's right. So what would I do? Divide by what?
Divide 5 on both sides
That's it. Divide both sides
by 5.
by 5. Okay. So let's just do that. Okay. And put the 5 underneath the left side and the right. So 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Let's put our 5 here. 5. What do we get on the left, Vanessa?
On the left, we will just remain with W.
Okay, so we just have W, and what do we get on the right side?
But you have to divide.
Yeah.
So you get 103.4.
So you get 517. Let me just clear this.
Which is greater than
517 divided by 5. You got 103.4, right? So that would give you W. That's a greater than 103.4. Okay, so Vanessa, let me ask you, how many watermelons would they have to sell?
103.
No. How many?
103.
No. It's got to be.
103.4.
They can't sell it for a tenth of a
You
watermelon.
can't sell. That's it.
So how many must they sell? Must sell. How many, Maureen?
104?
That's it. 104.
So why
Must
would you do
sell.
104? It's less than 5, Miss Barbara.
What?
It's less than 5
What do you mean?
because
Less than?
because um 103.4, 4 is less than 5. So how are we taking it to
They
and
said
make it 104?
because it costs $5.17 to raise the watermelon.
Mhm.
So to make a profit, they've got to make more than the $5.17. Okay.
So in the real world, we can't live out there.
So we
4.
no, the thing is they can't sell a fraction of a watermelon,
Yes. I understand.
right? They can't sell a fraction. So that means that they must sell 104 watermelons at $5 a piece to make, what's 5 times 104?
5 times 104.
What's that, Vanessa? What's 5 times 104? What's that equal to?
Same thing. 5 times
5 times 104 is 520.
520.
520.
But remember, if they spent $5.17 to raise them, a profit's got to be something bigger than the $5.17.
Yes.
So the 520 is bigger than the 5.17, right?
Yes, that's true.
So that would be the answer. Okay. Okay. Now, I think that's gonna do it for the inequality, and we'll look at our. I think that's all the problems. Oh no, we have mixed operations. Okay. Now we did adding, subtracting, multiplying, division. What do you do if you have mixed? And we had a problem on the quiz like that, where you have, like in this case, you have division and subtraction. All right. Here you have multiplication and subtracting. What do you do when you have mixed operations?
This is where you use PEMDAS. So you have to remember your PEMDAS. Right, Miss Barbara?
Well, yes and no.
So yes. No. Why?
Because,
Why yes? Why no?
okay. PEMDAS is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Now, here you're not going to do the division first. That's the PEMDAS. You're going to do the addition because of the negative. So this won't follow the PEMDAS condition. You have to do what is necessary for the inequality. So if you're dividing here and you're subtracting, you can't do this division until after you do the addition because of the subtraction. So the first thing you're going to do here is add the 15, right? Then you'll do the multiplication. Okay, so do that. Add 15 to both sides. And what do you get, Vanessa, when you add 15 to both sides?
You add 15 to both sides.
What do you get?
15 there and 15 across. Okay, when you add 15 to both sides.
On the, well, you add 15. I'll just put the 15 here. Plus 15 and add 15 on the right.
That's a negative.
Yes.
So you just remain with X over 5.
That's
There.
right. I'll just have X over 5. I'll just have this left. Okay, let me just copy the whole thing and take out what we don't want. Okay, so let's just put this here. I'll have X over 5. And this is going to come out 15 minus plus. This gives 0.
Mhm.
Okay. And 10 plus 15 is what?
25.
25. Okay. So let's just make this a little closer. That's why sometimes I use the slash, but the slash can be misleading. Okay. So we'll have, let me just copy that. Okay. 10 plus 15. Let's just put out 25 here.
Mhm.
10 plus 15 is 25. So what do I do next, Vanessa?
Okay. So therefore, you have to multiply now. Multiply 5 by 25.
Well, both sides, right? We have to do the
Both
same to
sides.
both sides of the inequality. So multiply 5 by both sides. Okay, so that gives us on the right just X, right?
Yes.
And on the left, on the right, that's on the left side. On the left side, we multiply this by 5. Okay, so I have just X here. Let me just copy this. So that would just be X. Okay, times 5. So that would be equal what? 125? So 125 divided by 5.
Mhm.
Okay, and 25 minus 15 is less than. Well, that should be a less than or equal, not a less than. We don't want to put an equal. Okay, so that should be a less than or equal. Let me get a less than or equal symbol. Okay, here's a less than or equal. And then we'll prove that that is correct. Let's put that there. So that should be less than or equal, not less than. It's greater than. We get a less than or equal symbol. Right, get a less than or equal. That was a greater than I had. So let's get a less than or equal. Okay. There we go. Less than or equal. Because it would be, in order to satisfy what we'd have, it'd have to be less than or equal, or it would have to be equal. And we want to use inequalities. That's why I'm putting less than or equal. So this should be less than or equal. That would be less than or equal. Less than or equal. Okay. Now, if I put 125 over 5, I get what? What's 125 divided by 5, Vanessa?
125 divided by 5.
Mhm. It's 25, right?
25, yeah.
What's 25 minus 15?
10.
10, and 10 is less than or equal to 10. It's equal to 10, right? So that would
Yeah.
satisfy that
Okay.
inequality. Because if I substitute what I got for the x, which is 125 divided by 5 is 25, and 25 minus 15 is 10, and that satisfies the less than or equal because it's equal to 10, correct?
Yeah.
All
That's
right. Maureen, you following?
Yeah, Miss Barbara.
Okay. Now, Maureen, how about I solve number 2? Now I'll put the symbol here and you tell me what goes here. Okay. I put the inequality symbol and I'll put the X on the left. Now you tell me what goes on the right.
Okay.
Well, what would I do first, actually? Because this is 2 operations, right? So what would I do first?
But you divide by 9, both sides, multiply by both sides.
No. Remember, when you have, like, this is a multiplication and a subtraction, you're going to do the add first.
Okay.
So you're going to add 12 to both sides. See, this is a multiplication, 3x. This minus is subtraction. So you're going to do the add. So if you do the add to both sides, let's just copy that. Now let's just put the 12 added to both sides. So we add 12 on the left side. So that would be plus 12. And then we add 12 over on the right side. That would be plus 12. Now, Maureen, what do I get on the left side? When I add the 12, what do I get?
On the left side, 24.
No, a minus 12 and a plus 12, Maureen.
Minus 0.
It's just a 0. No minus 0, just 0. So what I have left is just 3x, right? So that I'll have 3x left. Okay. And what's 9 plus 12, Maureen?
20.
What?
9.
Maureen, 9 plus 12?
Oh, yeah, 21.
21. Yes. 21. Okay. Now we've taken care of the subtraction by adding. Now we have a multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication, Maureen?
A division.
So what do I do to this inequality? What do I divide by?
By 3.
That's it. Very good. Divide both sides by 3. Okay. And if you do that, let me just copy that and put the 3 underneath. Okay. Left side, we'll have a 3. And the right side, we divide by the 3. Because remember, inequalities, to keep them in balance, you have to do the same thing that you do with an equation, okay, that has the equal sign. So we put the 3 here and the 3 here. And we'll just bring that up a little closer. Okay, so Maureen, 3x over 3 gives what?
0.
No,
X.
it just gives x, right?
Okay, 3.
Yeah, 3x, 3 over 3, Maureen, is 1, not 0.
What? Yeah.
Right? So let me
Yeah.
just
That become LAX.
That's right, 1x or x. Okay, let's just take the underline out. So that would be x, and then the greater than, what's 21 divided by 3? Maureen? 21 divided by 3 is what?
7.
7. That's right. Okay. Now, does that work? Take the 7, substitute it back for the x. What's 3 times 7, Maureen?
21.
What's 21 minus 12?
21 minus 12 is 7.
21 minus
9.
12?
Or
9.
21 minus 12. 9.
9. So it is greater than or equal to 9. So we
Yeah.
see that that's correct. All right. All right. So I think that's it for the inequality. I think we're going to have to,
Finish today.
oh boy, it's just 10 minutes. I think we'll do just one problem on the algebra. And then instead of looking at the next sheet, I'm thinking maybe I should give you an exercise on inequality next time during the session.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's still some things there that you're not getting right.
So
I mean,
yes, that's true.
yeah, because well, it will help if you can go over what we're going over. I'll put this out, email this session to you. But I
Okay.
think the next time we're going to do some more inequalities because there's still
Okay.
some wrinkles there. So we're going to do some more inequalities the next time. All right.
Okay.
Now, I just want to look at the, let's see, which is, okay. Okay, the math algebra. So let's just go to the share screen and go to the algebra. And maybe we'll just do 11. Maureen, you have that one incorrect. Let me ask Vanessa. Which one of these is an equation, Vanessa? A, B, C, or D?
Which one of these?
Can you see? Do you
Equation?
see the new share? An example of it?
Yes.
Algebra worksheet number 3. Okay. Which one is an equation? A, B, C, or D?
Mm,
Which one?
A.
I don't hear you. You're breaking up.
Oh,
Say
A.
A.
Vanessa,
A, Miss Barbara.
an equation?
No, I can't remember.
That's an expression. An equation
Doesn't it?
has to have an equal sign.
Oh,
Or D.
Yes, you remember?
It's D, yes.
D, answer D. Maureen,
D
you
is
missed that
involved.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equations have equal
Equal
signs. Left
signs, yeah.
side equal right side. If
Yes.
it doesn't
Uh,
have,
It's an expression.
if it doesn't have an equal or an inequality, then it's an expression. It's just a
Ah.
combination of terms. It could
Okay.
be variables, it could be numbers. So all these others, A, B, C, and this means absolute value when you see
Yeah.
those lines. All A, B, and C are expressions. So notice the difference now. Expressions, and let me just make it really clear, do not have
Equal sign.
equal
Science.
or inequality symbols.
Expression.
Expressions do not have equal, and I'll just put equal sign, or inequality symbols. So if I gave you a series of entities, and if they don't have an equal or inequality, they are expressions. Got it? So I gave you a list here with 3 expressions and
Mhm.
one equation. Equations have equal. Equal, that's part of equation, right? Equal. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so an example of an equation is the one that has the equal sign, which is D. So notice the difference between expressions, equations, and inequalities. So if this list, if I change this to say, let me just put this, okay. And then I would ask you, which of these is not an expression? Then it would be D because it has an inequality. So this would be, which of these is not an expression? Then it would be D because D has an inequality sign. Okay,
Yes.
let me take that out. All right. Questions?
That was Barbara.
Okay. Now I think we'll stop here. We'll stop here. And because we went through a lot today, but it was a lot to kind of understand. That's why I want to go back through the inequalities again to make sure that you understand. But I think I'll do it with just a little exercise of about 5 ones that you work and just see how you do on them. And then we'll go through those. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, homework, algebra worksheet number 3. And I think this is what, 12, 13, 14, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes. Oh, but something I want to tell you about one of them, because I think I hadn't told you, or okay. Now you see 13, right? Now, let me just tell you something here on this one. Okay. If something is undefined, undefined expressions, or it could be equations. And undefined expressions are equations. Okay. The denominator is 0. Okay. Whenever you're trying to divide by 0, you get an undefined expression. So if you were looking at this one, and what makes this divisor 0?
What makes that
I'll
divisor
just
0?
say divisor,
Okay.
D-V-I-S-O-R, which is the same as the denominator, but
Mm.
whenever you try to divide by 0 for an expression or equation, you get an undefined. Now, this is the divisor right here, x squared minus 9. Now,
Yes.
Vanessa, what makes this divisor 0? What would x have to be?
X. Oh,
What would
X.
x have to be equal to for that divisor to be 0?
It has to be positive 9.
Well, x squared has to be a positive 9. You're
A
right.
positive.
But what would x have to be? If x squared is a 9, what do you square to get 9?
3.
3.
No, 3.
That's right. Very good. 3.
Yes.
That means this is undefined when x is a 3. Got it? Because x is a 3 is 3 squared, which is 9, minus 9 is 0. So anytime you're trying to divide by 0, you get an undefined.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, that's something I didn't tell you, I'm not sure we had gone over that or if you knew it. But whenever you're trying to divide by 0, you get undefined. Okay?
Yes.
So you have the answer to that one. So really you only have what, 3 more?
So Miss Barbara, you told me that I had out the I had 3/6 of the equalities, but you didn't tell me which 3 I had right.
Okay, I'll email you those. Or
Okay,
either I'll text you. I'll text you the ones you had right
okay,
because
okay,
I have them written down. Okay, so
okay,
I'll text you.
okay,
Okay, so we're gonna end here. So you know what your homework is, right?
okay, yeah.
This
14, 15, and 16.
yeah, because let's see, we did what?
We do 11 and 13.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so we didn't do 12.
Let me do
Okay, so
Uh-uh.
I want you to do 12. We did 11
And
Okay,
13.
and
12,
12 is your homework. 13 we
14,
did because that's something I probably hadn't gone over. And 14. So you have
16,
14, 15, and what, 11? Okay. So you have,
12.
is it 12? Okay, let me go
Yeah.
back. Okay.
We got 12, 14.
All right. So 11 we did, 12 we didn't do. So homework is 12.
12,
Okay. 13 we did.
14
12,
and 15.
14, and 15. So 12,
We got
14, and 15 are your homework.
one.
Yeah, but you can send me my answers to me that I get right, right?
Yes, I'll send you the
Yeah,
inequality.
yeah,
That was the inequalities, right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, Maureen,
On this sheet, yeah.
I'll text those to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So long. Thanks for sharing. And
And have a good evening.
yes, you too. We'll do some more inequalities because I want you to be really
Okay.
convinced on those that you could get them correct. All right. So we'll do some more
Okay.
inequalities. Probably start off with you trying some just to see where you are. Okay.
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 All right. So long.
You
So
Okay,
too.
bye.
take care, Miss
Bye,
Barbara.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, Miss Freckles.
Bye bye, dear.